Hi everyone, this is Fongbeer and YouTube channel Hotelier ไม่เพลียใส So welcome back to Handling Guest Complaint, our second episode, and this is the last section. So I'm going to show to you that what is the technique that I use to handling guest complaint. It's called LAST SOS. As everyone know that nobody want to handling guest complaints, and even the guests, they don't want to make a complaint because complaint is mean they have problem, they have the issue. So today we also will dig down the root cause why the problem happened in the hotel, why we have issue, what is the circumstance that can create guest complaint, and also I will pick up some case study to apply these 7 steps LAST SOS in each case. So please stay tuned. And if there has anyone did not subscribe, like or comment on my YouTube channel yet, please do so because I also need your support on this. Thank you. So before we going into LAST SOS step, I would like you to look back in your hotels and your daily routine that why guest complaints, why the problem or issue happen in each day. So I would like you to think that what is the root cause in your own area that guests can pick up to complain. Don't forget that guests pay room rate to stay 100%, right? So they expect to have zero problem, zero issue, and they expect to have perfect stay with you. So based into my 15 years experience, I have categorized guest complaint cause or root cause of guest complaint into these 5 categories. So the first one is not delivery, the things that you promise to the guest. It could be on the website or when they interact with you. When they ask you to do something, you deliver it to them. So if the guest complaint case happen and you analyze that it is falling into promise not delivery, you come back to relook in that area and reorganize sequence of service, reorganize the procedure. Then you will solve this problem and promise not delivery will not be brought up to complain anymore. And the second category is miscommunication and misunderstanding. Trust me, this is 70% of guest complaint in each hotel analyzed, and it is all into this category. So miscommunication and misunderstanding could be from the guest side and also from hotel side. I mean like from the staff. From the guest, they may got some information that was not clear, unclear, or they got some information from their friends, from previous guests, but they have different source of booking, different source of package. And from the staff side, it could be from assume, because staff thought that, oh, this information guest should know already, so I would not tell to the guest, it's lose my time. Or sometimes the communication is not clear because staff did not repeat or did not understand what guests really want to have it. Sometimes language barrier, but if you try, if you proactive enough, so this case will not happen. So if you categorize guest complaints and it is falling into miscommunication, misunderstanding, how to solve the problem is you need to review those information. You need to address each staff who got wrong information, got misunderstanding for each area. And also, you need to rectify information with the guest if they misunderstanding into their benefit, into their privilege. Next one is inconsistency and misstandard. So it could be the chef in the kitchen, they did not follow the recipe. It could be the staff, they did not follow the procedure that we have set up. They not follow the standard. The staff, they ignore some step of work like housekeeping, cleaning. They did not change bed sheet for the guests, which is we set up that we need to change it every 2 days. So if you analyze the case complaint and it is falling into inconsistency and misstandard, you need to solve this problem by implement internal audit. And also you need to address in specific areas, specific staff to ensure and reinforce to them that and that need to be carried out 100% to the guest. And next one is experience background. So experience background from the guest side, they have expectation. They have different experience that they had ever stay, they had ever experiences from their previous property, previous destination that they were there, so they could bring it up to compare with the experience in our hotels. And experience background could be caused by staff attitude as well. Some staff, they had special personality, which is very suit and match to some of the guests, but it's not to every guest. And sometimes, staff come to work, they did not 100% really want to come to work on that day, or they have bad day. So when they show that emotional or that attitude out during working, so guest may pick up to complain. So what you need to solve by this root cause, if your complaint is categorized into experience background, from the guest side, you need to do some exceptional arrangement, exceptional experience to create some memorable state to them. And from the staff, of course, you need to address them individually to ensure that they really understand. The last category is unexpected situation. So it could be emergency situation and also the defects from hotel facility, like electric blackout or no water supply in the resort or in the hotel. So if guests complain into this category, so you need to solve the problem by implement preventive program from engineering side and also reinforce emergency situation. For the emergency situation, in terms of guest point of view, they understand that everything could be happen. So if we have very good handling, like evacuation step or evacuation procedure, and you can show to the guest that once when it happened, every single staff know what we need to do. So guests will appreciate that. So these are the root cause of guest complaint. So I would like you to go back in your area and to check that if you really into it, if you really focus on your area, focus on this root cause, and if you do so, you will reduce a number of guest complaints in your area and into your hotels. Alright, so next we're going to talk about LAST SOS, which is the highlight of this episode. ต่อไปนี้คือคำอ้อนวอนเนื่องจากการจัดทำคลิปในแต่ละครั้งผู้สร้างต้องใช้พลังความคิดและอารมณ์ในการจัดทำหากใครที่ยังไม่กดติดตามกด Subscribe กดไลค์กดแชร์และคอมเมนต์อรรถรสในการรับชมของท่านอาจลดลงนะคะ So this is the highlights of this episode, handling guest complaint, and the technique of LAST SOS, LAST SOS. What is this and what is that? So the first letter L is standing for listening. So when you encounter with guest complaint, you need to be a good listener. And how it shows that you are a good listener. So you need to listen by expression. You need to open your ear, open your eye, and open your heart to listen to them, to give them enough time to express their concern, to express their feeling, to express the issue that they had. So how good you are a good listener, you will understand guests more, you understand the issue more, you understand the direction that they need more and more, and you will be able to identify the problem, identify the service recovery that you're going to do for the guest. By listener is not just only to listen what guest said, but you need to ask them the question back which is related into the conversation to show to them that you are into it. You listen to them and you really want to know more the issue. All right? So by this step, what you should do and don't. So you should listen, be a good listener, and you need to let them talk, let them finish, and look for a chance to say, to ask the question back. And don't interrupt them, and don't jump into conclusion, because there has many duty measures under my direct line. You know, when guests come to complain, they just feel like, oh, guests complain, I should give this thing to them. Oh, guest complain, he need to get this thing. But many times that guests come to complain, they just would like to share the feedback. But they did not need anything in compensation or in return. But this is our goodwill that we would like to do for the guests, because their experience, their stay is not perfect anymore. But it should not be in the first step of listening. All right, so next alphabet is A. A is apologize. The apologize is very important when we deal with guest complaint, because the complaint is caused by 5 root cause that I categorize in the beginning of this section. So when those happen, that means you interrupt their stay. You make their stay inconvenient. But sometimes guest complaint doesn't make sense to us. But we still need to say apologize to the guest, because their stay does not perfect in terms of their view, in terms of their point of view anymore. So how we should say apologize when the things that not our fault? You can say like, well, Mr. Smith, I'm very sorry that the experience that you had during checking out makes you frustrated. Please let me clarify this information with you. You can apologize to the experience. When you say apologize with experience, it means you did not judge that is right or wrong, and don't judge right or wrong with the guest when you deal with guest complaint. Because if you judge that, oh, the information that you got is wrong, so I cannot give this thing to you, they will feel embarrassed and they feel unhappy, they feel frustrated, and of course they will not come back anymore. So you need to say apologize to them, even they're wrong, even they're misunderstanding. You know what? In my experience, there has many duty manager and staff under my direct line. They have done very good service recovery. But when I touch base with the guest said that, hey, Fongbeer, your duty manager has done very great service. He helped me with the issue, you remember, when I have problem with the air conditioning in my room. But however, I never hear she say apologize to me. So this is the guest expectation. So don't forget to say apologize. In this stage, apologize what you need to do. You need to apologize, you need to accept the feedback from the guest. Please make guests feel that their concern, their problem is a feedback. Don't make the guest feel like their complaint is a complaint. Their complaint is a way for them to seek for some compensation. This is the way for you to say apologize to them and make them feel, I understand and I take it as the feedback of the stay. This is the way that you need to show to them, and you need to acknowledge their concern. So in this state, what you should not do in this state is don't repeat apologize so many times, because whenever you do too much, guest will feel like this is not sincere, it is not so important, it's just like robot. Okay, I mean, like when you apologize and the thing has done already, other staff or other manager don't go to the guest like intrusive approach to the guest to make them feel like, this is too much, why you repeat again, I try to forgot already. And guests will never go out of this situation because we repeat it. Okay, and next alphabet is S. S stands for sympathy. The sympathy is the way for you to show to them that you really understand guest situation. You really to understand what the problem is. And they have many staff, they lost the direction when they sympathize because they take that personal. Why? Because when guests complain, I heard many of the staff said like, well, Mr. Smith, if I were you, I also could not sleep. I could not go out anymore. I could not enjoy my holiday. I totally understand you. So please don't do that. Actually, the sympathy is the way for us to show to them that you understand them. You understand the situation that had. So you can say that, well, I understand that the air conditioning in your room did not work since 3 p.m. and it caused you frustrated. It caused you had not a fresh day today. Please let me do this one for you. So this is the way to sympathize. And sympathize, you need to be sincere. Don't fake. You need to be sincere, okay? And don't take personal. Don't compare. So don't feel like, it's just 1 hour air conditioning stop. Why you complain? Don't take it personal. Don't compare. Okay, this is the state of sympathy. So next alphabet is T. T stands for take action. So after you listen to the guest, you understand what the problem guest had, you can identify the problem, and you know the direction what guest need. You apologize to them, you sympathize, you repeat the problem that they have. So this is the time for you to take action. So after you finalize and analyze that what you're going to do, what you're going to deliver to the guest, you need to make it done. You take action. Okay. So you need to thank the guest as well that they bring this up to you. Because if they not bring this problem or this complaint to us, we have no chance to show to them or prove to them that we can do better, we can fix it. Because everyone, they understand that nobody and nothing is perfect. But once that thing is imperfect, you need to try your best to take it serious, to show to them that you really care to them. This is the concern that guests need you to show to them when the problem has. And you need to take ownership. You need to follow up. You are the first person that guest contact to you, but you need to follow up that it's really done already or not. If it's not your concern department or if it's not your area, but the guest contact to you, you need to show to them that you care and you want to make sure that he satisfy the problem that he ever brought up to you or not. So this stage, the area that you should not do is don't pass information or don't pass the case to other people without your follow-up. Okay. So LAST, this is the step that you can implement, and every single officer level, everyone can take this step. But SOS will be an extra step to make you beyond the guest expectation, to make your daily routine better in terms of teamwork, in terms of guest experience. So first S is seek for assistance and seek for alternative. Why this is so important? Because when you deal with guest complaints, sometimes you could not do alone. You need to ask your colleague. You need to ask other department to help you, like housekeeping to set up something special in the guest room service to send apology, amenity to the guest, restaurant to reserve a nice table for the guest because guests have problem and then we would like to be nice to them. So you need to seek for assistance. Not only that, but sometimes you could not make decision because you have no empowerment. So you need to seek assistance from your boss, from your supervisor to help you to consider what we should do for this guest. So this is the meaning of seek for assistance. And another seek is seek for alternative. This is very important when you deal with guest complaint. So for the person who had worked with me, they know that when I do something for the guest or recommend or deal with guest complaint, I always give a choice for the guest because you need to let guests make decision. If you has no choice for the guest feel like you are forcing them. They have problem already. Why I need to follow your way? But if you have a choice for them, they will feel like, oh, they control us. The person who make decision, right or wrong, good or bad, is their decision. So they will feel better. And in this state, what you should not do, don't be hero. Because we work in the hotel, we work as a team. So you need to cooperate with your team member, with your colleague. And once when you make as a team, the problem from your guests will be fixed faster. Next is O. O is observation. Observation is very important step because this is the step for you to show to the guest that you really care to them. You not forget them. You need to make sure that their stay is memorable, their stay is perfect. Even we not perfect, right? So the observation, like after you done everything, you have done great service recovery, you fix the problem for the guests, you need to revisit them and ask them the feedback that how was your air conditioning after we fixed for you? Did you sleep better tonight? Do you like the new room, sir, after we locate you to a better view room? So this is the way to show to them that you care to them. This is the observation. And you also offer further assistance. Is there anything else that I could make your stay more comfortable? You should say that after you observe. And this is the time for you to offer some compensation. As I said in beginning, at the listening stage, don't jump into conclusion like give them compensation right after you listen what the problem they are. But you should take it into observation stage. Like you have review, you analyze already, oh, this thing is really not fair to the guest, so I would like to give them something back in return as a goodwill. So you can offer to them after you, during your make observation, you will say, well, Mr. Smith, since the air conditioning in your room did not work for the whole night and then we need to relocate you to new room again. So I feel like this is really not convenient for you. So I have arranged a complimentary spa 60 minutes for aroma massage, which could make you more relaxed. Would you like me to arrange a time for you now? Or if not, you can let me know later. So this is the way that we do observation. And don't ignore. After you give things to the guest, I mean like after you done service recovery, after you fix the problem to the guest, don't ignore it. Because there has many times when you move the guest from this room because of air conditioning and then you move to another room, but new room also have a problem with aircon. Even they not move, or even guests go to the restaurant, they have a problem with food allergy that get not eat seafood, but they have fish sauce inside. And we guests bring up this thing, we promise to the guest that it will not happen again, I will address to the team. But next day, guests come to the restaurant and guests experience with the same things. So please don't ignore the guests. And the last one, very important for my team, is share information. So once you have guest complaint, you need to share information to the guest. If you have a chance, you share during you deal with it. If not, after you're done recovery, after you finish with the guest, you need to share to the team to make everyone know that this guest had problem, and then everyone will help to pay extra care for this guest. And actually every single guest we need to pay extra care that, well, they should not have any problem again. Like they have problem with check-in experience already. When they go to the restaurant, staff need to be pampered them, need to care to them, create exceptional experience to them to make them feel something that can replace the feeling that I have upon check-in. And systemize, you need to record guest complaint in system, in opera system, in duty manager log, in logbook, to share, to learn, to have as case study to share to your team. And don't, at this stage, don't blame other when you share information. Don't blame other department, don't blame other colleagues in your area. Because one day, you could be a case of guest complaint. Nobody is perfect, so you are not perfect as well. Well, this is LAST SOS. Listen, apologize, sympathize, take action, seek for assistance, seek for alternative, observation, and share information. Trust me, if you have done these 7 steps in your working process, you will have confidence and you have very perfect teamwork in your hotels. And next, I will show you about case study. First case study, I would like to pick up from miscommunication and misunderstanding category, because this is the most root cause of guest complaint in the hotels. So this family is the Indian family who traveling with the kids over 4 years old, and before they arrived, they had seen the information on the website that Kids Eat Free policy apply. There has no charge for the kids who order the food from kids menu at the restaurant. But during stay, guest has done order through room service, and then they thought that the kids menu that they order through delivery by room service is complimentary as well, but actually it's not, because it's only applied in the restaurant. So during stay, guests saw the bill on their television, and then they just came to reception to complain. So what we should say to this, because guests would like to have it free, but actually it's not. So guests did not read information carefully. So they assume that they should get it. So how we should say to the guests to make them feel like we still love them, we still need them, we still pamper them. So you can say that, well, Mr. Singh, I do apologize that the information that you got from the website mislead to your understanding. May I please go through this information with you once again. The Kids Eat Free policy is applied for the kids over 4 years old, and is also applied to Andy, your son, as well. However, it is applied only when parents and kids having meal in the restaurant and other hotel outlets, not in room service or order. So I would like to extend my complimentary on your previous order that you had done, and also I will rebrief to our room service team once again that whenever we have family order the food for the kids delivery to the room, the information of Kids Eat Free policy should be informed to the guest that delivery to the guest room will be chargeable. Thanks again for bringing this up to me. So I will rebrief to my team. So how you feel if you are the guest? Because I said that the information mislead to your understanding, but it doesn't mean that I blame to the guest you are misunderstanding. I said like the website or the information on the website caused you misunderstanding. So I didn't blame to them. So I also said that I will rebrief to room service again to ensure that every time when we have family order the food for the kids, we should inform the guest that it's chargeable. So this is the way. I also apologize. I also sympathize to them that the information on the website might mislead to them. So this is the way that how we handle. Well, the second case study I pick up from experience background. So this case guest has been traveling for 17 hours and have 3 different connecting flights. So when he came to check in, he would like to have the room right away, and he feel uncomfortable, unwell because of long traveling. So what we need to deal with the guest who request to have like exceptional arrangement for them, and the staff who has done check them in just follow the standard, like they say to the guest like, well, our standard check-in time at 3 p.m. and ask guest to wait until then. So guest complain and then would like to talk to manager. So how we need to say to the guest that they expect, and then we need to go beyond our standard, which is not hotel fault, but we also have some choice to do for the guest. So we can say that, well, Mr. Smith, I do apologize that you didn't have a good check-in experience and cause you frustrated with our receptionist because he did not know that you has been traveling for 17 hours. Would you please allow me to check with housekeeping if we have any room available earlier than standard time? Would that be all right for you if we have the room lower category than the one that you reserve? And then you can stay in this room first, then move to your suite around 4 p.m. And again, I will address to my team that we should do better job to following guest arrival detail, which is normally we do so. Once again, thank you for sharing this to me, and I will follow up for you. So this is the way that we need to deal with the guests when guests complain about experience background. What I said is, I didn't blame the staff. I tried to explain to the guest that, he didn't know that you has 17 hours traveling, because guest didn't share this information to the receptionist. So I also protect my staff on that. And I give a choice for the guests that if they're okay to stay in the lower category, and then we'll move in the reserved suite, which will be available 4 p.m., which is later than standard check-in time, right? So guests will make a choice. And the last thing is like to tell the guest impliedly that, well, I will address to the team that we should do better job in terms of getting guest arrival detail, which is normally we do so. What I try to say is, I try to say like, well, we didn't get your arrival flight detail or arrival time from you as well. That's why we could not anticipate you. All right, so this is the end of second episode, Handling Guest Complaint. So please share your feedback, and if there has anything that you would like me to share to you based on my 15 years experience, I love to do that for everyone. Thank you very much, and don't forget to support my channel by subscribe and comment, like and share. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ